How to resurface your existing chalkboards and whiteboards with ThinkBoard. Here are the tools you'll need. A clean rag or microfiber cloth and a spray bottle filled with water. A squeegee and a sharp knife, and maybe a razor to scrape things off. First, make sure to clean the workspace and remove anything that might get in the way of the install. Remove any tape stuck to the board or the frame. Move aside small things you'd find around the board, like markers, chalk, push pins, and thumbtacks. Dust off the top of the board. You don't want that dust to fall on the board later when you are installing. Next, wipe down the board with some water to get the board really clean and free of chalk dust. Carefully wipe the chalk and marker holders if you have one. Time to install your ThinkBoard. First, use the spray to thoroughly wet your board. Just a bit drippy is perfect. Avoid soaking the top two corners. Next, peel a few inches of the ThinkBoard off of the liner. Fold the liner back so it gets out of the way. Then, line up the ThinkBoard. We like to leave it resting against the marker holder. Have one person support the roll of material and another person walk and pull the liner away from the roll. Have the person supporting the roll gently tap or press the ThinkBoard onto the chalk/whiteboard so that it doesn't fall. Spray a little water on the surface of the board. This will help with squeegeeing in a little bit. Once the ThinkBoard is unrolled and sticking to the board, head over to the top corners of the ThinkBoard. Gently pulling on the corners should loosen the whole ThinkBoard and allow you to manipulate it. Pull the ThinkBoard up to the highest part of the chalkboard and line up the corners while keeping the film straight. Be gentle with the film. If you pull too hard from just a corner, the film can stretch, and that's bad. If you find that the film is a bit too stuck, make sure to spray more water behind the film whenever you get a chance. Now, when the top two corners are basically where you want them to be, you might notice that the film is drooping a little bit in the center. A little bit is perfectly fine. Stick down the top two corners, grab your squeegee, wrap it in a microfiber cloth, and then go to the center of the board. Starting from the center of the board, push slightly upwards. This will most likely fix the droop and set the center of the board. Finish off with a center vertical line. If you think the ThinkBoard is set too high or too low, pull back the ThinkBoard off of the chalkboard or whiteboard and spray the board underneath, then set it up again. With the center vertical line set, slowly and methodically squeegee outwards to the left or the right with overlapping squeegee strokes, about 1 foot across at a time. While doing this, you'll need to reset the corners and let the sides drape as it needs to. Don't try to stretch and pull the board into position. Too much tension will eventually cause bubbles. Once you've got one side set up, repeat on the other side. Make sure to wipe off any excess water around the board now. Too much water will make cutting in the next few steps more difficult. Run the squeegee into the grooves and edges of the board. Apply plenty of force so that you can crease the ThinkBoard material just a little bit. Setting a crease around the board makes it easier to cut in the next step. Holding the squeegee and pushing it into the crease while lining up your knife in the other hand will help keep your line straight and the film stuck to the board. Just pull together and you should end up with a beautiful straight cut. Start with the sides and then do the bottom. The corners are a little bit harder. Make sure that the squeegee is pushing all the way against the corner before cutting. Sometimes creased ThinkBoards aren't actually laying flat, and you might cut the corner wider or more round than it actually should be. Once you've got the corners cut, you're basically done. Squeegee the edges of the ThinkBoard one more time to squeeze out any leftover water and then wipe down the board. No need to wait, it's ready to be used. If you've got any more questions, reach out to us via live chat on our website or shoot us an email at hello@thinkboard.com.